11:12, Doc. Hello and welcome. We got the branding to turn off, branding to turn on.
The list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
Hello and welcome, and we're running in deep today. I have Lenny on deck. I don't know if he's coming up or not. There are things that are happening, so I'm doing the saving throws right up front. You get to choose between survival, social, wisdom, or heart. If it's over 10, you take half damage from the mind control that follows in the rest of the show and the rest of your day. And if it's under 10, you take full damage, but we want what's best for you. Choose! Survivalist, that's a 5. Socialist, you made your 10. You got all your fingers. Lovers of wisdom, nat 20 today. Congratulations for you. Heart, folks, oddly enough, disciple number 12. Oh, indigo. For the indigo folks, there is but one. And there's only one. Lenny, you coming up? Yes, Lenny's coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Lenny time. A groupie, apparently now.
You were a busy camper yesterday, weren't you? Two fringe encounters and then an hour and a half of late night live stream.
Let me cover for me while I put on my headset.
Okay. I'm a wisdom sort of dude, so I was happy to see a nice high number. But is there a way to make a saving throw where you don't take any damage from the mind control? A philosophical question that must be debated by all sorts of people before we come up with an answer that is essentially a compromise.
Well, I have one for you. You see, having lived as a hermit, you have done the option of having a saving, not needing a savings throw or not taking damage, is the level of isolation that you can't expose yourself to other thought, because other thought is going to impact you the way that ripples and oceans and stones and fish is splashing around too much. Ripples disturbs the mind. So damage is just how.
I understand what you're saying. I stopped listening to biologists like Bruce Lipton because they were infringing on my territory with nonsense, and I just didn't want to embed their nonsense into my own non preconceived nonsense. I had to think through it before I could actually watch people who talked about it and see if their opinions were similar or different. But I'm fully in the belief that the water is the seat of our consciousness and our intelligence, and that the brain is just part of the organic scaffolding.
Well, the ugly bags of mostly water Star Trek episode lodged in hard, so I can get on board as far as that. We have a someone competing in my time slot with me, and I gave him the opportunity for a Mira Meta level up. So I'm gonna go swing by that and see what's happening.
All right.
I'll drop you down and bring you up if I need backup.
Certainly, no problem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, over into the TLC drama department. We present to you by clicking share screen. Brave tab. Let's chat, share.
I don't know how to do that. Excuse me. The name of this group that I was part of was called Saint Dagu. I'm going to type it here so people can see how it's spelled. The letter is STDAGU. Good for sucks to be a grown up. At the time I started the band, we were all kind of growing up, or getting older, getting married, having kids, and it made being a musician so much more difficult. But I was also
Let's test the limitations
in a
of
group before that,
bandwidth.
and I played other songs on here. A group called Berto Ramon. That was my first band. That was kind of like a Latin jazz meets hip hop type group. But I don't know how to play video.
Welcome back, everybody. I don't know. Apparently, I didn't broadcast it well. I broadcast to you a paused screen and not the studio I was in like I intended. It happens. It's a rough ship from time to time. I hope you at least heard me. No, nothing, huh? I broadcast dead nothing to you the whole time. Oh gosh. Well, I guess we can watch it this way. Sometimes you roll
kind
a
of ever
fumble.
since then, it's like trying to stave this stuff off. I grew up online.
Fucking Bart shows back over there. Over there he shows back up. Here. This should be working now. Oh god, it was terrible when I came in. Well, we're doing it live, folks. We're doing it live.
Actually, that open-minded, if that makes sense. I'm open to hearing what other people have to say, and kind of, going back and forth and
Here it is this time.
talking about it. I don't know that I'm necessarily open-minded. Like, I don't think I change my mind that often. Yeah, I don't know if that makes me closed-minded or stubborn or something. But I do have quite a few friends and close family members that think quite differently than I do, and we still enjoy each other's company. I don't know if that makes me open-minded.
Doc, you can say things. You don't have to private chat them to me.
Oh, okay. Well, if you have an open mind, it leaks a lot. And if you're truly open-minded, you should be able to take two opposite thoughts and keep them in your head as both possible at the same time until you figure out which one is actually the thought that you think is correct.
Do you know what it looks like when people hold two oppositional forces in their mind across a spectrum of different beliefs? It looks like this. A dream catcher of optimal grip.
Oh, that's a good thing.
All the opposing forces in balance together to catch the perfect wave. Oh, Hezzy, welcome. I just did a fumble stream jack thing over with the Just Chatting folks, and we're doing the review of it now. As there's so much survival in that one, let's take an extra roll on the survival die today. With that 6 against this mind control.
No, Grim, I couldn't figure it out. I mean, the only thing I could think of is looking up a video and then doing a show screen, but Fuentes. Fuentes, is that Nick Fuentes? Hey, Grim. How are you?
Dum, dum, dum.
That looks good.
I am fabulous. I am fabulous. You're stealing my audience, though, so I thought I'd come try and steal them back.
Okay, my bad. When do you normally stream?
Between now and 11:30 is usually when I start.
Oh, okay, now at 11. And how long do you go for?
Usually under an hour, but about
Under
an
an
hour
hour.
is the goal, yeah. It's fabulous.
I
You're on it right now.
I started around
actually.
11:30. That'd probably be better.
We're doing this masterful, like, 2 ships on deck at the same time thing. We are simul. Okay, this is what would have been happening had I clicked share this tab instead in StreamYards. but I did not. And so all you saw was the stream before I clicked into their studio, which is terribly unfortunate. Or you would have seen the background StreamYard's version of the following. Casting to my stream as we speak.
Oh, sweet.
It's
is that better, or should I pick a different time?
You're welcome to compete. I assume we cast to different nets. We cast nets in different oceans.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but
this lost cause person.
Let's find out. Welcome to the multi-stream, if you can make it. I usually don't bring them up until they have their cameras on.
Oh, maybe I will remove him until his camera comes on.
And I'm trying to train them to go when they're ready to come up and not bring them up by accident.
Oh, here we go. They got a camera up now.
We're figuring out. There he is. Welcome.
Can you hear me and stuff?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Sorry, it was like taking a minute to load. I don't know why.
Welcome to the multiverse.
Yeah.
I think that we should habituate as just a practice that when we make an appearance, we do like at least a one-line catchphrase introduction just as a custom, right? Hey, Janice. Hello. I've made I appeared on a competing time slots live stream. I attempted to simulcast it to you guys, and instead showed like frozen screen and silence. So it was a terrible fumble. But we're going over what I fumbled now, and we have Dr. Lenny Time on deck with us, and anybody else that wants to come on board, you can press the link at the top, and then from down here once your camera's working. Here, this one.
Yeah, welcome back, I guess. It's been a while.
Oh no, it's Bart! Look at the guilt on his face. Look at it. He enjoys it so much.
Hey, Grim.
I thought you were all hit it and quit it, but look, you stayed to play.
Yeah, forgive me for everything as usual.
I just misbehave so I can be punished, you know.
I'm probably the hardest on myself, so.
There's a lot of that. Those guys with the scourges running around.
Yeah. Maybe I should join them.
You have is what I'm saying, my man. I was trying to give Mo the opportunity to do a thing called Mirror Meta Level Up, where like he could present me presenting him, but he hasn't figured out the StreamYard thing that far. And I gotta tell you, Mo, I'm training an army of lobster monkeys to help people like you.
Sweet.
To learn StreamYards and be able to be the interface for people who shouldn't have to learn how to do it, like the talent themselves. And that's part of the Deadwood Dandies project I have going on. We do it Thursdays if you want to join.
What time on Thursdays?
Fabulous. 8 p.m. Central is when we do it together.
Yeah, I could do that. I'll jump on.
Now, well, by the standards of the integrity of your logos, he's got to show up at least once now, right? Oh, Doc's sitting muted. It's fine, Doc. We are all yes, we are. It's not
I was
a problem.
just over watching the stream on YouTube rather than here because that way I can keep up with the chat.
Is there not a comments tab on your right over here in StreamYards?
Oh, okay. Didn't know that existed.
Yes, and soon
Well, I
I'll
do.
give you.
I just didn't know.
Soon I'll give you superpowers so you can pick ones out and highlight them for people here in my house, like you can on your own streams.
Oh, okay. I'm just gradually learning how to play this stream game.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Thursday.
All right, I'll send you a link to the Discord in the emails, like we're
That'd be
professionals. Good luck with the rest of your show, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So there it was, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, everybody. What you should have seen when I broadcast you nothingness. What?
Yes, I was trying to see things. Everything seemed frozen.
Well, what do you think of what you missed?
Not much. It was very interesting to see Bart appear. He was not in your channel, though. He was off in Mo's channel, correct?
Well, the story of Bart goes a lot like, as far as this pirate captain has seen, goes a little like this. He shows up and he makes a couple videos, and I say something to him in Discord about them, and then they disappear. And then he's Bart, and he gets upset about the thing between Grail Country and Mr. Fats, and the comment highlight that Pastor Paul did, and says, I'm torching the whole thing. And now he makes, and after that, this is why it's a reappearance over there, which he guiltily smiled about.
Well, I'm convinced that everybody has to be the lead actor in their own LARP. If you're not the lead actor in your LARP, you can't really be a performer in somebody else's LARP.
I was thinking about, there's been a lot of internal resonance with me in the, if you're familiar with the story in Never Ending Story, the part where Atreyu is about to face the mirror, and the little scientist fella who's been studying the mirror the whole time. Like, that guy has been appearing in my head. I think I can find him, if you'll carry the boat for a moment.
Was it Mirror, Mirror on the Wall or Magic Mirror on the Wall when Disney first put out the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Oh boy, who's Mr. Fats?
Mr. Fats is the person that supplied me the finances required to secure the campground at CHINO, and who I'm indebted to. And he also runs the Jacob Federecci YouTube streaming channel over there at the thing there. Boundaries are important. Boundaries are important. You know what else is important? Fucking branding. Go figure. Okay. Say things, Doc. Say things.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to flip back and forth. I finally decided to close my YouTube stream, but now I can't comment in the comments because there's no space for me to type here. But I can comment in the private chat, which works pretty well, and I'm almost ready to upgrade.
You're welcome to address the audience, especially the comments I bring up with your voice box. Like Magic saying, we want what's best for you. Well, and yes. Lunch explaining that Jacob is the resident villain we all love.
Wait a minute. I didn't say, I don't want to be included in that all. I don't know that I love Jacob yet. I'm not sure that he doesn't remind me too much of my little brother.
Well, not even in the, we all love the fact that we're on this place together.
Well, it's a nice eclectic bunch that we've assembled here, but whether we all have to be all hugs and loves with each other, I don't know. I'm sort of a hermit. I'll let everybody stand at distance and decide for myself what embodies me. But I know you want what's best for me.
Nonsense!
Well,
you don't understand anything.
We just, the cover of One Love lets us, get away with so much more. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is, let's see if we can react to this. We have to react, Doc.
The worst one is coming up. Next is the magic mirror gate. Our trio has to face his true self.
So what? That won't be too hard for him.
Ah, that's what everyone thinks. But kind people find that they are cruel. Brave men discover that they are really cowards. Confronted with their true selves, most men run away screaming.
You rang? I don't do a good lurch. Too much facial fluff.
We need to. This is our reaction and commentary on this scene. What do you think of the description of the magic mirror gate?
I'm not sure I agree. There are some people who are sincere. Does the mirror then show them as they are?
Well, if it's something you have to face, it's like I took it to represent it as they see their shadow selves, like everything they've suppressed about themselves to be themselves in the construction of their narrative self, the one that interfaces with the narrative. But as it relates to what you're saying, you have to be the main character in your own LARP. Like in that story, that guy, his LARP was the guy who studies the gate. But that put him as the side character in a larger LARP.
I don't know. The movie I relate to more is The Princess Bride.
We've had an encounter with that already. Welcome, Grail Country. There's a link at the top if you want to do a beard comparison. He's a
I don't
friend
think
of
I'm
the channel.
quite up to ZZ Top level yet.
Not quite.
I might have to take off the sides to look more a bit like Pastor Paul.
You think? Is that something you'd aim for?
I don't know. It looks, if you look at him and you look at me, we could almost be doppelgangers, except I'm quite a bit more shaggy, which I take it to be because he has to preach at the masses at once a week.
These wizards look like wizards as far as I can tell.
Yeah. I could definitely play the role of Dumbledore when I'm not playing the role of Santa Claus.
And now, a commercial from our friend.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hey there, I'm Chad the Alcoholic, and the creator of the Friday Morning Nameless channel. I'd like to welcome you to join us for the latest and greatest and most up-to-date information about all the things happening in this corner of the internet. I want to thank you for your time and your attention.
And Doc, we have Weeks saying, "Let the new way commence," and Lunch with, "I have thin hair, so my beard is not thick, but it's as long as Doc's." And Shaggy, "I work from home." So there. And fresh out of the Friday Morning Nameless, starring yours truly and yours truly, from time travel, grace, mercy, and the hope for a better past, we have a fresh release from the Friday Morning Nameless, which we'll not like.
I choose to do something in my own free will. I start a second timeline where I made the opposite choice. And a lot of times these timelines will merge back because the decision had no bearing. But if I take a tangent and go off in a direction that doesn't follow the narrative, I might have my consciousness in a timeline that looks like this narrative, but is actually cutting edge of a new narrative. And I believe that people who go back in time cannot get back to the narrative that they were actually on at the time they left because they changed something in the past significantly that creates a different fixed timeline?
I think something that's important to remember is that God is the one who calls each and every single one of us. That He's the one whose grace and whose call.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is Father Eric, who will be joining us at the campground in CHINO for CHINO 23 and has promised to bring coffee and oatmeal.
Not donuts?
Yes, and not donuts. He's a Catholic.
Catholics don't eat donuts?
I have no idea. But he said he'd bring oatmeal, and I respect the decision over donuts, frankly.
Well, as long as there's no cops, we really don't need donuts.
Sugar is the white death. Yes, that's why they call him Father, apparently.
Draws us to Himself. That this isn't something we do on our own, but this is a gift and a grace we receive from Him.
Now, see, the problem I have with that particular viewpoint, Father Eric, is that people like me say, well, since God hasn't been calling, it's my license to sin, baby, sin, and run the opposite direction with it. So, I don't know. but yes, grace, it's nice when He does call, and grace will lead us home.
If you give me a phone, I'd be happy to call Grace.
I only do it when I'm desperate. I only do it when I'm very, very... So, but thanks to the Friday Morning Nameless for mushing that together, and also featuring my fancy pants conversation with Van Donk.
Belonging that was communicated in the most rudimentary form. This is your place at the table. When we eat together, this is where you sit. When we drink together, this is your cup. Don't you mess with this guy's place. Kids, get out of the way. This is not your place anymore. This is John's place. Don't screw around.
I think we can take that as Van Donk's interpretation of the time slot issue between me and Cy Tolliver over there. I'm so frustrated, Doc. I want to get to the Hearst season of Deadwood, and it's like season 3, and we're only going through one a week.
Thunderbolts and lightning. They'll get there.
Very, very frightening. What do you think about offering an advanced class who goes through it more than once and goes through it faster with me?
So that might be worthwhile for the characters who are going to embody the archetypes. As for me, I've made it to one episode thus far, and it was extremely entertaining, but I don't really know the backstory, and I haven't yet brought myself to actually try and find it on the television, because I don't think I've turned on a television for 40 years. I'll watch if somebody else has it turned on, but for me to turn it on, I gave that responsibility away to my 5-year-old child, who's now 32.
That sounds like time travel.
Well, anytime I go anywhere, it's time travel, isn't it?
At least forward in the same direction. Magic's into doing an advanced class. It's I don't know. Part of it is developing the class, because for me it's part of the Defense Against the Dark Arts course, and that's part of the hat sorting I meant to do when I set this as our branding.
Who is the local Snape on our channel?
That you're talking to him, Doc. You're talking to him.
Oh, okay. So that's why you do the saving throws, is to protect us from the dark arts, or is it actually to protect us from ourselves?
I just like giving people a layer of between themselves and all the mind control they constantly swim in.
Well, I was using one of the Discord bots, and I figured out a way to have a D256.
Yes, the role maiden. There's Discords I frequent that have a role maiden, but we don't have one on the clock tower yet. When are we doing Deadlands? Grim. Well, Grail Country, what I am thinking is it goes like this. The advanced class of the Deadwood Dandies becomes the Deadlands Dandies. And part of preparing for giving me time to prepare for the Deadlands game, which I guess I'm announcing now. There's a tabletop RPG called Deadlands, and I intend to run a one-shot streamed with me and the players as an experiment.
How many dice do we need and what size?
I don't know yet. I'm not that yet familiar with running that system.
A D4,
that's why I haven't
a
announced.
D6, a D10, a D12, and a D20.
I hope that a regular set will be sufficient, but I'm not sure. I think that system might involve poker chips and playing cards, so I'll have to look very closely. But yes, there's going to be a game. You have to be comfortable streaming your face and being a character that you like embody at the table, except the table is being broadcast to all our friends. And but if you want to be in that game as a player, I will be DMing a game of Deadlands.
If I choose Wild Bill as a character, do I only get the first portion of the first episode and then I'm dead?
In Deadlands, it doesn't matter when you die. You can still play usually.
Oh, there's a resurrect button, eh?
No, there's a lot of undeath. It's a horror genre game.
Oh.
But it will be fun. It will be fun.
I try and avoid horror as a genre. It's too close to home these days.
It's the reason I want to play it as a game is because of the mechanic they have about why you can't just show the darkness to everybody. And so to manifest that, I think it's a good mechanic to put on display. But the things I do are self-selecting, and I'm not encouraging anybody to participate in any of these experiments that they don't want to.
I can self-select myself very well, and I can also selectively unselect myself when I get bored or tired.
Perfect timing.
What were you doing on last night in the middle of the night? Could you not sleep?
I was moved by whatever moved me, whatever the topic of the stream was to stream.
Did you get outside and film the full moon while you were there?
No, but that was part of it. That's part of this why this is called the sorting thing.
Ah.
Because, like, as far as I can tell, that dude's on his way to getting a maid next month. If there's not intervention, and like the ritualized full moon stream, like now when I see the moon, it's a reminder of that phase and that period of things, which I left metaphorically like a boat crashed in Alaska, or no, a boat crashed in Antarctica. So that part of I was thinking of sorting through some of that on the stream today, but I have company, so I don't have to.
Well, I'm glad I saved you from that dilemma.
Yes.
Remember, embody.
You are all right. I'm gonna do a quiet one. You want to? We'll do your voiceover if you want.
No, that's okay. We can listen to good branding.
Remember, embody. There is no agency. We want what's best.
We want what's best from you.
So is Thumper the name of the white rabbit in Alice in Wonderland?
Correct. No, Thumper's the one from Bambi that gets Twitter pated.
Too many different rabbits in the literature.
And our lives.
Me, I like Bugs Bunny because he always asks me, what's up, Doc?
I was always a Daffy Duck fella. Go figure.
Or
Go
Porky
figure.
at the end of the show.
Oh,
That's
dear.
all, folks.
Soon. I got 20 more minutes to live up to my claim.
Who would be our local Elmer Fudd in the chat room? I guess we'll never live stream as Looney Tunes. Just
God
don't
bless you.
have the tongue-in-cheek available.
Not today.
Not today. Well, this is Grim Grizz's live stream, and I'm your guest, Dr. Lenny Time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world today, you are virtually not alone.
That's true.
Now you can clip that snippet and you'll have another thing to play sometimes.
Janice wants to be Alice. It's very confusing.
I'll go ask her if she's 10 feet tall.
When she's 10 feet tall, that's when you're supposed to ask. When she's feeling bulletproof. The snows have begun, declare the Weeks.
Not here. We got blue skies again. You know, I miss my cold weather. It's supposed to be chilly out. I'm going to acquire a lobster monkey hoodie, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to use it because you can't wear it in 85-degree weather.
In Florida? Well,
Yeah.
if you work in a freezer, perhaps.
That would mean I'd have to get a just over broke.
No.
How do I get into the freezer if it's not a commercial freezer?
Your author and your adventures are between you and them.
Ah.
But if you want a situation in which the hoodie is required, it can be provided to you. We can manifest anything here.
Ah, yes. Except for snow in Florida. That's not true. It has snowed in Florida before. It will
All right.
snow in Florida
Here we
again.
go, guys. Lenny wants us to prove we can make it snow in Florida. Oh.
Well, I suppose we could provide Florida with a good snow job. After all, they've got DeSantis and Trump down here.
Where my thoughts escaping.
People coming back. I'm going to have to ditch the live stream.
All right, see you, Doc.
Thank you very much.
If it snows, it's our fault.
I'll accept responsibility.
Okay, we're going to make it snow in Florida now, everybody. Because, why not? Sorry for any traffic inconvenience that has happened, but we're just going to go along through the meditation and then visualize in our minds like it's a nice pretty snow for a couple of minutes, and there we give it to Florida. Ready? Oh, where my thoughts escaping. Oh, where my music's playing. Oh, where my love lies waiting. All right, so I don't know when it's going to snow, but keep an eye out probably this afternoon, maybe 6 months from now. I'm not sure how that magic works. We should try and stipulate snow is snow. No naughty language. Well, what the... Oh. Here, we'll at least have this one. Da 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 da. All right, cover your ears for this one. I hear it's loud.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension of not only sound and vision, but that of a hive mind. A journey into a virtual land of both shadow and substance. A place where you can embody breaking the fourth wall, whose boundaries are only limited by one's imagination. Somewhere in between agency and a rabbit hole of saving throws. Welcome to the Virtually Not Alone Zone.
Go. Well, what? Turn off the branding. Okay. Now this part, Travis, is I put some notes in, and so I need to at least tag these notes, right? The Tale of the Writers Guild, because part of what we might be building is a fractal iteration of the spirit of Jerry Maguire, and we might need to build rather than a parallel government, as Gavin suggests, an alternative to the Creative Arts Agency. And so if anybody knows what happened with the Writers Guild and the Writers Guild strike, that's a story that should probably be in the comic book. And this Fahrenheit 5 note was actually something I meant to pitch to Mo when I was visiting over at that stream. And that's the notion of a just Randos United channel of people bringing a section of a book that they've memorized in the way that they do in Fahrenheit 451 or whatever. And like each of the 5 bringing a piece of a book and then everybody talking about it would be a pretty good show for that network over there. And I think they should try it. But there. Has he spoke to a journalism paintball venue for, oh my God, not a journalism, a Jerusalem. Hot damn. That's excellent. It's a miracle what can happen when people that love stuff come together and do things. And it's cool to be a part of watching that thing happen, if nothing else.
Do you have anything you want to say in conclusion?
I wanted there was intent for me. There was intent to go through this, and the way how in their inherent language
that direction. In the United States, if you look at, let's say, the emergence after the Civil War, you can read Mark Knoll on this. The North completely conquers the South. And actually, Northern churches then and Northern ways of religion pretty much subvert then sort of the Southern institutions that, of course, had slavery built into them and built into the church. That continues to evolve. And
it wasn't that particular part or anything, but when I was listening to it, all the unspoken presuppositions and the blindness to the influence of Set and it deserves a full commentary, I suppose. So that's good we didn't get there. It's good we didn't get there. Yes, like how do I get to where I can, like, it's easy to it's not a challenge to buy clean food. How is that possible? Is that a place we can caravan to? Woohoo, look at him fingering. I just there's things. Welcome, thank you. Welcome and